Chapter 17 begins with a very, very familiar scene, and that is going to be the Israelites are going to be grumbling and complaining again. As we've seen, that God delivered them all the way to the banks of the Red Sea, yet they grumbled and complained. He delivered them across, yet when they got hungry, they grumbled and complained. And now in chapter 17, they're thirsty, and they will begin to grumble and complain. It seems that the Israelites are a lot like us, that rather than glorying and seeing the faithfulness of God and what He had already done, they continually held Him to, what are you going to do next? That we are that society that rather than rejoicing in what has Jesus done, we spend more time wondering what would Jesus do. Our foundation, our Christian lives have to be absolutely built on the finished work of Christ. In their case, they'd seen God do many things, but it wasn't enough. So they were thirsty. Look what happens. Chapter 17, verse 1. All the congregation of the people of Israel moved on from the wilderness of sin by stages according to the commandment of the Lord, and therefore the people quarreled. They became thirsty. There was no water to drink, and therefore the people quarreled with Moses, saying, give us water to drink. And Moses said to them, why do you quarrel with me? Why do you test the Lord? But the people thirsted there for water, and the people grumbled against Moses and said, why did you bring us up after Egypt to kill us and our children and our livestock with thirst? Now you and I both know that is not what God had done, that God had provided more for them than they could possibly have imagined, yet their grumbling and complaining would prevent them from seeing all that God desired to do. Don't let the same thing happen in your life. God is faithful. God has done everything necessary to draw you to Himself. He has promised that He is going to finish the work. Even in the midst of difficult times, trials, tribulations, hunger, thirst, financial need, whatever, remember, Christ is our source of food, that He is the one who has enabled us to never have to thirst again. Trust Him and not yourself. And when you begin to wonder whether God's going to come through, begin to ask yourself, what did He do to save me? And will the one who saved me abandon me? And the answer is no.